Managing interview nerves. I know through working successfully with many interview candidates, there are 3 things that you can do to manage nerves, to really start to harness that little rush of adrenaline you get in an interview situation and to start to exploit it so you can really maximize on your performance. So 3 things we're going to talk about. We're going to talk about preparation, we're going to talk about managing that inner gremlin, and we're going to talk about breathing. These are the 3 things that are going to make a big difference in terms of managing your nerves at interview. Firstly, preparation. Preparation, 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 preparation. There can never be too much preparation for an interview scenario. What you need to do, first of all, is you need to research the company and the organisation. Look on the website, get as much information as you can about the organisation and the department you're going to be working within. Then you need to scrutinise the job description and the person specification. All the clues about the interview questions will be in that job description and person specification. So you need to know, make sure that you know that description inside out and you've already started to anticipate some of the questions that are likely to crop up in the interview situation. Also, if you can, do some research on the interview panel. If you know anybody on the panel or if you know anybody who knows anybody on that panel. So who's going to be there? What's their role? What's their position in the company? How is their role going to relate to the post that you're applying for? Do you know anything about their likes and dislikes? What are they particularly hot on at the minute? Is it about IT? Is it about communication? When you have a little bit of insight into your panel, that gives you the edge on making sure that your answers can fit into the context of their interests. So preparation is the first thing you really need to focus on. Second thing, managing that little gremlin inside your head. And we all have one. It's the gremlin inside our head or it's the parrot that sits on our shoulder. And it will already start to be telling you how useless you're going to be at interview, what a mess you're going to make of it, all the disasters that are going to befall you as soon as you walk into that room. What you need to remember is that little voice inside your head creates the feelings. And it's the feelings that create the performance. So if you are listening to the gremlin telling you you're going to be rubbish, you are going to be creating anxiety feelings for yourself. And those anxiety feelings are going to prevent you performing at your best. So you have to shut it up. You have to shut up the gremlin and you have to replace it with something much more positive. I'm going to have a confident interview. I'm going to be relaxed and articulate at this interview. I'm going to be performing at my best. This is the stuff you need to be putting inside your head. There are many things about interviews that you don't have control over, but the one thing you do have control over is the messages you tell to yourself inside and the feelings you create for yourself, and that will impact on your performance. So you need to get the gremlin on a firm leash in the run-up to your interview and during your interview. Finally, breathing. When we get a little bit anxious, our breathing starts to change. We start to breathe a little bit quicker and a little bit more shallow. And as soon as we start to do that, that very fine balance of oxygen and carbon dioxide in our bloodstream starts to shift. And when it shifts, physical things start to happen. We get a little bit sweaty, our hands get sweaty. We start to get a little bit lightheaded. Sometimes our voice starts to wobble a wee bit. We start to have feelings of anxiety. These are all because we've stopped breathing, and we can immediately start to correct those by breathing. And a very simple breathing exercise you can do when you're sitting outside the interview room or just as you're starting your interview is you can just breathe in for the count of 5, you can hold for 5, and you can exhale for 5. And you do that 5 times. And while you're doing that, you bring that balance back into play. And also it settles your head. So the gremlin can't be talking to you as you're counting to 5 and back. So the 3 things you need to concentrate on: preparation, managing the gremlin, and breathing. And all these will help you get your nerves under control in an interview situation.